Vanilla and coconut, coffee and cinnamon. Oh, it's just heavenly. What's up, guys? Human here. Welcome back to another video. So this is actually how I managed to quit vaping and quit smoking with essential oils, and put them in a vaporizer. Oh, vanilla and coconut and coffee. I cannot tell you how much essential oils just light up your day. What's up, guys? Truman here. Welcome back to another video. So as you can tell, I probably have a lot more energy than before. That is because I am doing so much better over the last few days. You can probably notice that I've lost a bit of definition in my face, and that is because I obviously weight loss, and I'm just feeling so much better. And today I'd like to really talk about some of the pitfalls that I made during the first few water fasts, and what you really should not be doing if you are going to be considering doing a water fast, if you are actually going to make it successful. Now, I'm planning on doing this without edits because I'm really trying to get into this. I'm trying hard to be authentic with you guys, and that's not to say that I'm lying. That is to say that whenever I'm recording videos, I have a habit of really stopping myself and saying, that's not good enough, or what are they going to hear about this, or what are they going to say about that? And I'm really trying to tackle that head on because I want to be as authentic as I can with you guys without having to pass myself. I mean, I look around at all these other YouTubers and they can just sit and they can freestyle. And I've always been envious of that. And I think a lot of that comes from a lack of not so much self-criticism, but they are comfortable with making mistakes. And they are comfortable with just sitting there, speaking their mind, and trusting that the viewership, trusting that you and all my other loyal fans, or just people passing, will be able to be like, look, that's okay, make a mistake, which is obvious. I mean, I don't sit and I think, oh, this person is stuttering too much. I mean, there is a limit. If I was sitting and go, then I would get really bored and just click off. So no edits for today. Anyway, first mistake that I made was not exercising. Now, I have a rebounder, and that is a mini trampoline. If you don't have one of these rebounders, and if you want to be healthy, seriously, go out, buy one right now. It's a mini trampoline. It's not large, and you can pick one up for about 30-40 pounds. According to NASA, it's about 69% more effective than jogging, and it is fun. I have one just behind my desk here, and what I do is I just put on a podcast on my speakers and I just jump up and down, and I tell you, I feel so much better. If not for the rebounding, in fact, the first few days I didn't rebound, I felt like garbage. I mean, I couldn't even walk up and down stairs properly without getting out of breath. That's how bad it is, and that's how bad sitting is in general. But when you are doing a water fast, it is tempting to you actually do, get quite tired. So there were times when I'd be like, oh, why do I feel so bad? Why do I feel so crap? And then I'd get up, 15 minutes on the rebounder, all my energy back really, really quickly. Exercise is absolutely important, and rebounding is one of the easiest ways to do so. Now, just in general, rebounding, people have reversed a lot of diseases with rebounding, and what you'll find is it's a really great way of cleansing out the lymph system. And especially if you're doing any sort of a detox, like if you're trying to detox from nicotine, you need your lymph system open. Or if you're trying to do any detox whatsoever, the lymph is basically the plumbing of the body. So it takes out all the waste, apart from the bloodstream, obviously. It takes out all the waste from the cells, goes into the lymph, which then goes into the liver, which then goes into the digestive tract, and then it all goes out the system. If the lymph isn't cleaned up, you're not cleaned up. Okay, so next mistake is not having things to do. Now, boredom, luckily for me, being an ex-video game nerd, is not a problem. But there is a time when, especially if you don't have access to all sorts of other stuff, that you can actually bore yourself into wanting to eat. Now, I have developed a bit of an unhealthy habit, which a few people, which I actually touched on my last videos. I've been watching people eat for the last 4 days. I've been watching people eat for the last 4 days. Not continuously, but it gives my brain something to do. Now, there was food downstairs, and there's perfectly good food. I have to deal with the smell of food in the house. I'm not attracted to it. But when I'm actually looking at people eating, for some reason, it makes it so that I'm not thinking about the fast, and it makes everything go quicker. And it solves this weird need in the back of my head as well. But for people who don't have access to the internet, you need to find something to do. Because otherwise you're going to be turning in on yourself, and you're going to be looking at all the other things that you really, 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 really wish you could be doing, like eating, and you're going to be like, whoa, why can't I do that? Why can't I do this? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Keep yourself occupied. Even if it's, keep in constant communicate. That's actually the next point. But try and keep in communication with people. Try and watch videos. Hell, play video games. Hell, Do stuff. I mean, I get it. You can't go out to the park and socialize because you're actually going to be tired. But try and keep yourself occupied. Boredom will kill you, especially when you're going through a lot of the other emotional detoxes that people usually go through during a lot of these water fasts. What will happen is that they will get to a state whereby they simply cannot handle the fact that they are sitting there and they're going through this detox again and again and again. It drives them absolutely crazy. Next point, communicate. Don't be alone. I'm so bad at this. You have to keep in communication with someone. I am so envious of people who go to these detox retreats, and which a lot of these problems can actually be solved with detox retreats. It's like where you go off to a place and it's like, oh, you know, you all go to a center, everyone's around. So I'm probably gonna edit this out. Nice bit of tea. Oh, that's my next tip. Tea. That's another tip. Tea. Oh wow, peppermint. So what was I saying? Socialize. That was it. Socialize. Like you like if you go to a detox retreat, which is what I encourage. If you have the time, if you have the money, go to many of these detox retreats because it can solve a lot of these issues. But if you're doing it by yourself, keep in contact with people, message people, email people. I cannot tell you. I've always been. Well, I've not always been a lonely person, but I recently, especially doing all these health stuff, it really hit me just how lonely I am, because doing all this health stuff, you really have to separate yourself from your friends. And it really did hit me just how much like social interaction, how much I crave it. Like I literally, my sister came over and I was literally talking to her for like an hour about her problems at work, which actually gave me a headache, but I was so craving for social interaction because I've been sitting inside for too long that it drove me insane. Stay socially active, but please don't be socially active with people who actually want to bring you down. That is to say, people who don't care about your fast, don't even talk about water fast, just stay active with them. Better yet, keep in contact with friends. Just stay in contact, because that social interaction will also feed that need that you need to be filled. And the last tip, which is going to seem really, really obvious, is keep drinking water. Like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the fast was so intense, it can actually be quite encouraging or quite easy to forget to drink as much water. You need to be drinking water, a lot of water. The amount of water really does depend. I probably drink about 3, 4, 5 liters a day, especially for the first few weeks, and that's also including tea. I mean, the first few days including tea, because I'm still constantly cleansing out my system. Now, my water consumption has gone down quite a lot as my system has actually cleansed out, but there are times where I go like 3, 4 hours not drinking any water, probably had about 2, 3 cups of tea, and that was it. And I felt like crap. Don't do that. It's a water fast for a reason. You need to be drinking. Anyway, that's all I'm gonna no editing. That's all I'm gonna say for today. 3 men out. I've run out of energy. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been Freeman. If you like what you see, I have a main channel where I talk about all things non-health and health. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the DMs, as well as an email that's currently in the description. If you want to make a request for a video, if you just want to support me, Patreon and PayPal links will be in the description. Any amount helps. Regardless, I'll still be here, still be posting. Freeman out, and peace.